What's up, y'all? This Rom coming back at you with yet another couch video. Yeah, get this angle right and everything. Hold up, let me clear my throat. Yeah, this weather. But check it out, though. Check it out. Game is a reality. Game is a reality. And I'm speaking to someone, if y'all know, hey, I'll use the term body game, but that's just, that's just a term. You got some guys out here actually teaching game and stuff, and then the reality is it's a reality. Because what I'm peeping, I ain't gonna call any names, but you'll get some content creators and stuff talking about game ain't real, it's just looks, it's just looks. Yet it's kind of ironic that the guys who are teaching game can always show, like on their IG or something, a picture of them with a woman and stuff. It's kind of funny. Shoot. Even somebody like me who doesn't officially teach game, oh, well, you can just take a trip through my IG, and I've actually deleted some pictures and stuff. And it's an interesting thing. And you know what? It's funny. There was actually something else I was going to discuss this morning. Those who watched my Insecure reviews from last year, and especially the last one I did this year with the lovely Miss Mocha Angel, she was over this morning. Part of the reason why I didn't go to the gym, but that's private. Let's just say we were talking and she broke down some stuff. I was trying to get her to do a couch video with me, but she's a lady, and she was like, well, you know what? She wasn't fixed up, anything like that. So she was like, nah, maybe another time. Oh, she hit some deep stuff, which will fuck with some people's heads. She one of the few women that really broke down what women really looking for. Let me just say something. When women get on these videos and shit, all I'm looking for is some surface ass shit or some stuff to play you. She broke down what it really takes. And I'm going to wait for that. And I've said it before. I ain't going to repeat what it is. I've actually said it several times, but I said, let a lady tell you. But that's a video in the future. She stayed busy. She got her hustle too. So anyway, though, game is just a reality. But see, you get some guys that don't understand it. That's because they don't have any game. Because what is game ultimately? Yes, we know women, they naturally attracted to some dude who got that handsome or physical body, height, all that. We can't get around that. What the thing with game is, it gives the man a shot who may not have those things. And indeed, if a man is real handsome and got some game, that's power beyond belief. In fact, Miss Mocha Angel gave me an example of a character on a show who had all of that. He had both things. So, but the game piece is very important, because let's just be real. Let's be real. See, first of all, when dudes say, well, game ain't real, I always question where they grew up at. Seriously. Because I can't even know what I'm just got to bring race into this as well. Anybody who's grew up in a black neighborhood has known some players. Let's just be real with it. Anybody has known some players who probably weren't as handsome. Even jocks, they weren't jocks. In fact, you probably be looking at them like, how he getting to play? But he getting the women and stuff. Anybody who ain't known at least one person, anybody's been in a hood, urban area, any urban city, really. Even in the white community. I met some straight up white players, and they wouldn't be considered Chads. They would not be considered Chads and stuff. So the question is, but see, I'm seeing a lot of dudes, they ain't around. They ain't social. Because first of all, I even heard somebody talking about, all personality, charisma, all none of that matter. You dumb as shit. Let me take you in the middle of Baltimore. Let me take somebody thinking that in the middle of DC, DMV, Philly, New York, or especially New York. Shout out Mr. Lucario up there and stuff. Shout out Mr. Lucario. In fact, I heard somebody said something about that, like talking some trash about Mr. Lucario. And I was like, well, Mr. Lucario got a wife and a girlfriend, so and he's public with it. I mean, and he's especially talking about game. Yeah, let him know I shouted him out because he's shitty. Shit, And don't come. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna go down a further road. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Game is real. Now understand something. How are these guys getting it? Because you got a bunch of guys who got very little experience with women. See, that's one thing I know is very, very little. If I ask them how many women that they've actually had a conversation with or even had sex with, if they can count it, they ain't been with a lot. If you can count, if you can put the number at either for sex or just knowing, period, and knowing what they really think, and they ain't give you some bullshit and stuff. And that's the whole thing. And I'm going to tell you what, let me break down what gives these guys the game. There's going to be two primary things. Now, if they got a good bait, like everybody should have a good bait. And you know, some of these guys, they'll dress well, but I've known some players. Like I know this dude, I mentioned him in my book, Nice Guys and Players. Nice Guys and Players. Jim. I told him he'd come on here and blow people away. Yeah, height, 5'8". 5'8". Body game, well, he played football in high school, but he ain't never had that cut up body. He always had a little chubbiness to him, always, and shit. Man, that dude, that dude's game is like off the chains and stuff. But he understood two things. He understood two primary things. One, a big part of the game is just the social aspect. How you interact with the women and stuff. How you talk to the woman. Can you talk to those women? In fact, I'm going to share something I've shared several times. I'm going to share a link to my man Stan. I've shared that several times. That's a perfect example of a player. And he ain't tall. He ain't tall like that. Older, but I showed that several times. Like when next time I see Stan, I mean, you know, he wasn't tall. You know, he kept himself in decent shape. But shoot, my man, you know, he definitely had that drip, but his mouthpiece was like, boom. So one of the first things is that social thing. When people talk mouthpiece, that ain't no joke. That's the gift of gab and stuff. Because one, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to break down something. I've said it several times. It still won't go over some people say it, so I'm going to still break it down anyway. Women are both, yeah, they physical, they visual. Oh, yeah, they like what they see, but they also emotional. One thing the players will do, the guys with game, they tapping into the woman's emotions with that mouthpiece, how they talking and everything. They're making her feel a certain way. That's the thing that they do. So they'll have a gift of gab. That's why I tell guys, you got to start talking to women. If you want to develop it, that's the main thing. They got that conversation. They can be convincing. And see, here's how I work with a woman. If she start feeling emotional, those emotions tap down to her vagina. So if you ain't like that alpha showpiece who can make her like quiver at first, that just mean it ain't gonna happen right away. And heck, even the alpha showpiece need to have some game. He gotta have those social skills to really make it happen. Because what do I always say? Women, they'll like think a guy's they'll think he's fine and cute, but then if they don't move him, if he doesn't move her emotionally, what do it mean? Plenty of women will reject a guy like that. Plenty of women will reject a guy. He look good, but you know, he ain't that game. He ain't that mouthpiece or something and stuff. He might get he'll still get some attention, and if a woman really want him bad enough, yeah, but that's usually an older cougar or something. If you get some fine young woman, shoot. If she got a choice between a guy who making her feel some way and a guy who looks some way, she gonna go with the guy who make her feel some way. Yeah, I said it. I know some guys gonna doubt it, but if you do, put your IG in the description box or put your IG in the comments. Let me see what you're working with. I'm serious. I'm serious. All right. I'm serious. So and that's one part. See, one part they can talk. They know how to maneuver. Make great salesmen too. A true player make a great salesman and stuff. They'll work on everything else. Like I said, they can be average looking, average height, everything, even shorter than average. Shoot, even homely. But even, let me get back to Jim from my book, Nice Guys and Players. Jim never had any swag. He was cool as shit. No, he had the charisma of 10 men, but he never had any swag. And like I said, always been chubby. Always been chubby. But it was ridiculous how women, I saw women lose their mind over him. But that mouthpiece was out of there. Like I still recommend body game and getting your swag together, but you gotta have it. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts and shit. You gotta have it. If you don't have the physicality or all that other shit or money, you gotta be a sweet talk. Shoot, I learned that from my step grandfather. That dude, like all my biological relatives, oh, they had that ASP thing going, pretty boy thing going. My step grandfather though, man, his mouthpiece was crazy. I remember one time we had to go to the hospital for something. It was someplace we couldn't. We had. I was 8 years old at the time. They wouldn't allow like anybody younger than 16 up at the time. I don't know what they do now. And my grandfather got talking. I was up at 8 too. It was like, man, I used to just watch him work it. I used to watch him work it because that was his game right there. Mouthpiece. He had that mouthpiece like crazy. He had that mouthpiece like crazy, you know, rest his soul. But man, so that's one thing, the gift of gab, mouthpiece, social skills, whatever. But one of the most important things that a true player have, if you have in game, is just understanding women. Really understanding that, not this shit where dudes are talking about or thinking they do. Most dudes don't understand. If you understand women, you understand, I'm going to say, the only way you not swimming in pussy is you don't want the particular women in your environment. But if you understand women, you always know what buttons to push and shit. And that's one of the main things. Even the guys I refer to as Mr. Goodbar, they know what buttons to push. That's the thing. They understand who they dealing with. And the only way you're going to really learn is to interact with women. That's the only way. You can watch all my videos, anybody's, I can tell you some shit, but you ain't gonna know anything until you interact with women. And that means you gotta understand how they see you and then know how to work or get around that. That's the key. So they got that understanding. Some of them better than some psychologists. You can call them street psychologists. You ever see some dudes, they can just read a woman up and down. That's one thing the players have. They know. They peeping it and shit. They peeping it. You know what? There was a woman on it. Like I said, I've had 1,000 jobs. I remember when I was working on this retail job. We had this one sister. Oh, she even had the manager shook. She do what the fuck she wanted. But whenever they needed something from her, they come to me. And I could talk. She'd be like, hey, Ron. She never called me Ron. I don't know why. All that time. I still see her sometimes. Stop up there and see her and stuff, and she never called me Rom. She'd be like, hey Ron, how you doing? Give me some sugar, baby. It's like, okay, how you doing? Hey, you know, I used to, because I knew how to talk to her. Because that was part of the game too. See, a big part of the game, and you can call it game or just human, it's just knowing how to interact. Seriously, that's all it really is. And if you know how to interact, you can get past any defenses. See, that's a big part of Mr. Goodbar's game. Yeah, he got that good bait, you know, his body and everything, the main thing. And if he got a handsome face, good. But then he know how to get past the defenses. Most women got some type of defenses. They know how to get her relaxed, get her smiling. They get past that, make her feel good. Dun, 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 dun. Shit. Seriously, you just gotta know. And shit, if you talking with a woman, sometimes she'll tell you and stuff. So that was the main thing. So you got the game. Nah, you know what? They ain't gonna win. The real players out here, many of the players, like they legitimately got multiple women. They just figured out how to, they just push up all the other stuff. Not based on some science or what some other guys think and stuff. That's why sometimes if you get some men, they'll look at a particular man, like how he getting to play. But then all the women like, oh, we know how. We know how. And stuff. And I'm going to tell you something now. You know what's interesting? Because people always ask, oh, they get angry, what can I do? And I'm always like, did you listen? Because I say it several times what the secret is in this video. I say it several times. I've been saying it all along. But I see some guys, they ain't quite listening. They'll say, no. You know what it is? A lot of dudes, they think they know. Yet they ain't getting no pussy. They ain't getting none. I'll put my shit under a lie detector test. And what I do. All right? Or what I've done. I'm just kind of chill now. We'll still do with stuff. let's put it like this. I'm only alone when I want to be. Or any other body who's like talking about dealing with women. And somebody say, oh, why are you talking? Hey, no, well, I'm telling you what to do. I have to know what to do in order to tell you. See, that's the thing, though. And like I said, I told you several times in here. Now I want to see it. And like I said, this I'm going to do it like I said other time I did something like this. If you say it in the description box, as long as you're respectful, I'm not going to like say, oh yeah, that's it or something. Or if you hit me up privately, I'm just going to heart the comment. I'm going to respect the comment. You know, as long as you're respectful. Because I'm going to let you figure it out yourself. Because like I said before, if you figure out something, sometimes when it hits you, that's when it comes to you. Because I've told, you know what though, just as an aside, like people have always asked me about that thing with the sex workers and stuff. And I said, when I've said it, the dudes ignored me. When I told them straight up, I said, okay, I'll let them figure out on their own. You know? Because they'll say it, and I'll say, yeah, they say, no, that can't be it right now. That don't make sense. Okay. So, anyway, though. Yeah. But it's real out there. Because let's just be real. Let's use some common sense on some shit. Let's go back to that whole thing about game. Apparently, motherfuckers that don't look like a Chad, don't look like a Tyrone, don't got no damn money, don't got no damn status. Sometimes they don't got a pot to fucking piss in or getting pussy out here. Regardless how they look. I mean, just some common sense. Just get the fuck out in the goddamn streets. Seriously. And the reason I'm gonna get a little heated because of this, because I'm tired of seeing dudes suffer. You know? There was a dude who lived right next door to me. He'd been out of that place he'd been for a few months. Found out he in jail. One of the things he kept complaining about not getting no damn woman. He kept complaining. I even would say stuff to him without telling him. He didn't know what I did, but I would say stuff. He wasn't listening. It fucked his ass up. I'm seeing a lot of dudes getting fucked up that way. And we trying to tell you. All right? So anyway. But it's out there. That's how some motherfuckers got some kids out here, multiple kids. That's how some of these women, you look up and you find out that some dude who don't look like the type of guy you think they get with still fucking them. They backing that shit up. And the women will tell you that. All right? So, anyway, it's real. And yeah, I'm going to get Miss Smoke Angel on here. She said she'll do something, but like I said, she real busy. She real busy. Ron thought he hustles. I don't know. Maybe that's me. While me and her cool, we both hustling. So, anyway. That's all I got for now. I'll get back with y'all. Yeah, and check out that link, because that's a real player, Stan. I saw him a couple times. Next time I might just text him and say, Stan, you know we got to get you on one of these videos again. You know what? I said, I'm going to text him and say, yo, man, let's meet up, man. I'll pay you. Get him on here, man. We just kick. In fact, I got something coming up. I told people on my Raw site, my Connect Pal site, man, something coming up in the next few months. I'm going to take all this shit to another level. In ways y'all going to be like, damn. It ain't going to be just no plain live stream either. I'm going to take it to a such, y'all going to be like, oh shit, huh? We didn't know that was in me. Anyway, I get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.